The T54 is divided into three areas: your programmable buttons, which are on either side of your display, your soft keys, which are underneath the display, and the hard function keys, which are located to the right of your dial pad. There is also a navigation tool that is located to the left of the dial pad, and the navigation tool allows you to move up and down for options that will show on your display. Placing internal calls to other extensions is done by lifting your handset, dialing the extension you'd like to call, and pressing the Send soft key. When calling someone internally, the ringing that is heard is a single ring, which identifies audibly the type of call that is ringing your telephone. The programmable keys on either side of your display may be programmed to be anything that you or your system administrator would like them to be. Some examples of what you would put on a programmable key would be extensions that you frequently call internally within the office, outside speed dial numbers that you frequently call, or certain function keys of the system that you would utilize. On the programmable keys, you are not limited to the number of buttons that you are viewing at this moment on your display, because each of your telephones can utilize the last key on the right as a toggle switch to switch to a second page display on your telephone, which will give you an entire new set of programmable keys to program. The soft keys are located underneath your telephone display. Unlike the programmable keys, the soft keys are not changeable by yourself or your system administrator. The soft keys, however, do change intuitively depending on the state that your telephone is in. For example, this telephone is in the idle mode, meaning that the handset is in the cradle and the telephone is not in use. The keys that are presented to me then are PBX, which is used to program functions on my telephone, Directory, which is used to view a listing of personal address book, common address book, or extension listing entries, History, which is used to view all of the calls that have been made, answered, or missed on this telephone, and Do Not Disturb, which is used to put your phone in the Do Not Disturb mode, which will route all of your calls directly to your voicemail or to the destination that you have chosen. Your hard function keys are located to the right of the dial pad. Those are keys that do not change and cannot be changed by you or your system administrator. They include options such as headset, mute, voicemail message, transfer, hold, and speaker. To place an external call, lift your handset, dial your outside number, and press the Send soft key. Your caller will show on your first call button that is showing at the top left side of your telephone. The caller ID information is shown in the center of your screen. While on the call, your telephone soft keys will present to you with options that you may want to use. Options such as transfer, hold, conference, and end call. While on an outside call, you may wish to place it on hold. Anytime you are on an active call, the options provided to you are transfer, hold, conference, and end call. In this case, we'd like to place the caller on hold. I can do this by depressing the hold soft key. Once I do that, two things happen. First, my caller has been placed on hold and is blinking on my call button. They are also hearing music. And my hold soft key has now become a resume key. To retrieve that caller from hold, I may depress the button that's flashing, or I may depress my Resume soft key. In either case, I have retrieved the call and actively am speaking to the caller. If you are on an active call and you wish to place it on hold, but you need someone outside of yourself to retrieve that call, you will not utilize the hold function, but instead you will utilize the park function. Like hold, parking will place your caller on hold and they hear music, but it allows the caller to be picked up from any instrument within the system. To park a call, while on the outside call, select an available park key. In this case, we have Park 1 and Park 2, which shows up on my and every telephone on the system. While on the call, I will select one of my park keys, and the caller is now no longer on my call button, but instead has moved to the parking space that I chose. In this case, Park 1. I may now announce the call to the recipient, ask them to retrieve the call that is on Park 1. They may go to any telephone in the system, press the Park 1 key, and they have retrieved the call. In addition, you'll notice that that parking space is now once again available. While on an active call, you may wish to transfer the caller to another user within your office. In order to do that, you will focus on your transfer soft key. My call is active. I will depress my transfer soft key, and the caller is on consultation hold. My second call button is now lit, which is giving me an opportunity to dial an internal extension. I will dial the extension that I wish to transfer to and hang up. The party that I transferred the call to has now accepted the call, and you will notice that I am no longer active on a call, but the extension I just transferred to is lit solid red because they have picked up the call. At times, you may wish to transfer a call to an internal user, but announce the call before you complete the transfer. In order to do that, while on an active call, I will press my transfer soft key. The caller is now on consultation hold, and I'm able to make a second call to my internal party. I dial the extension I wish to transfer the call to, and this time I will wait for that internal party to answer the phone. Once they have answered their phone, I'm able to announce the call to them, and if they decide that they wish to accept the call, I will press my transfer key to complete the transfer. While announcing a call to an internal party, and if they choose not to accept the call, you may wish to stop the transfer and get back to your original caller. When I press transfer and dial the extension I wish to transfer it to, I've waited for them to answer, and once they answer the call, I announce to them that they have a call coming to them, and if they choose not to accept the call, I will depress my End Call soft key, which will end my internal connection to that extension user. I now have a Resume key, which will allow me to return to the outside call. Once I am on the outside call, I may wish to transfer this caller to the user's voicemail. To transfer a caller directly to someone's voicemail, while on the call, I will press my transfer soft key. I will dial #99 and the extension that I wish to transfer the call to. When I disconnect, I have just connected the outside caller to that user's voicemail box. At times, while on an active call, you may wish to place a conference call. On your T54 telephone, You have the options of having a three-way party conference with either 3 internal extensions and no outside call, 2 internal extensions with 1 outside call, or 1 internal extension with 2 outside calls. While on an active call, you may depress your conference key, which will place your caller on consultation hold. You will now dial the second party you wish to add, and when they answer, announce the conference, and then press your conference soft key again. At that point, your display shows that you're connected to both parties on your main call button. Most system telephones will have voicemail enabled. Your voicemail box number is customarily the same as your extension number. In addition, each mailbox may have a password that allows you to access that mailbox. Most commonly, on system implementations, we do not enable the password to have to be entered to access your mailbox. If you choose to have a password enabled, see your system administrator and that may be set up for you. In order to access your voicemail box, you will depress the envelope hard function key on your telephone.
Welcome to voicemail.
The options that are offered to you when listening to voicemail will walk you through anything that you'd like to enable, record, or listen to. When a new message is left in your voicemail box, the message lamp on your telephone will flash. If you have no new messages in your mailbox, that lamp will not flash. In order to listen to your new messages, you will access your mailbox by depressing the envelope key on your telephone. Once you press that envelope key, you will follow the prompts that are offered to you. Thank you for being a Medtel Communications customer.